I'm gonna be talking to my friend Agapē again. We're just gonna do this thing every Monday, you know? We're just gonna do this shit every Monday. Uh, let me invite some people. Let's invite some people in here. Yeah, we're just gonna hit the invite button on all this shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's what we're doing. Every Monday I'm gonna invite my friend Agapē to come talk to me on camera. She's an awesome individual. I'm an awesome individual, and god damn it, awesome people gotta stick together. Hold up. Yeah, I'm just inviting a bunch of people in here. When you get in here, drop a wave. Hey, when you get in here, drop a wave, hit the share button. It's all good with me. We're gonna have a conversation and shit. You know, that's what we're gonna do. I see some people are coming in. I'm just sending out invites. Hold up. I'm sending out the invites, baby. That's what it's all about. Hey, if you ever want to get some. Oh, there go Agapē right there. I'm coming in soon. All right, yeah, take your time. Take your time. I'm just warming them up. Sometimes you gotta warm that thing on up. Yeah, you can't just hop right in. You can't just hop right in on them. You gotta warm that thing up. Shout out to Maya. What's up, Maya? Every Monday, me and Agapē are gonna go live. We don't have a name for this shit yet. We just doing weekly check-ins, and we doing it in front of the world, and we having real conversations. Yeah, we having real conversation, not that bullshit y'all like looking at. Y'all be looking at some bullshit. Don't lie. Don't fucking lie to me. You probably just finished looking at some bullshit before you clicked on this. What was you looking at before you clicked on my live? Be honest. You're offline. Man, come on, bro. You fucking shitting me. Hold up. I was gonna have some music playing. I got me a new headset too. Maya said I was looking at the back of my eyelids. Oh, you was getting that sleep. You was getting that sleep. I'm about to bring my friend Agapē on. Hold up. Here we go. Let's get her in here. Let's get my friend in here. I don't know why my internet ain't fucking connected. I'm about to restart my fucking computer. This is some bullshit.
You gonna restart it?
Hey, there she go though.
What's up? You can hear my freaking washing machine in the background. That's how much this shit picks up. Sounds like somebody's pissing. That's all I hear. Oh my god.
I can't hear you. I can't hear your washing machine.
Okay, good.
Yo, that headset is shiny as fuck. I like that headset.
I just threw my hair in a ponytail, put this on. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Hide my hair, and even gotta really do it.
Hey, I like how you just get online. You get on the fucking camera how you are. You know, you ain't really worried about nothing. You just gonna show up.
That's it. Because you know why? I procrastinated so much in my life that if I don't just jump on, I won't jump on. It's like,
exactly.
And I have 4 planets in Virgo, and like everything has to be perfect. But I learned like that's not balanced. So I had to find a way to like figure out that you know we just can't do it like that, or nothing gets done.
Exactly. You gotta show up as you are, especially because you a parent. You know, you a mom. Like, come on. Like, you just gotta hop on when you can hop on.
Speaking of My son is walking by with a whole toolbox right now, going to his room. I'm scared. He's only 8, so what the fuck is you doing?
he about to he
He
about to
about to go
build some shit.
something, boy.
It's not a fucking game at all.
Guess what? I didn't write down one question, so I figured we could just wing it. You know, I think people like real and honest conversations anyway, and I think we bounce off of each other. There'll be plenty of things to talk
Right.
about.
I'm glad you down with the random shit because I'm with the random shits. And
Yeah,
I like feeding off the people that's tuned in too. Like that's another element that I like to feed off.
yeah, the people will comment, and as they comment, you know, we can, you know,
Hey,
answer
Brandon, don't come in here laughing. He coming in like, what you laughing at, boy? I'm about to get his ass to comment. Hold on. Hey, shout out to Ernest. Quick story about me and Ernest.
Somebody said
Ernest.
looking at the back of their eyelids before they got on the live because you had asked. You said, "What were you doing?" He's probably doing some bullshit before you got on the live.
Yeah.
Most of the time, people just ain't got nothing going on. They just scrolling, or I noticed that a lot of people regurgitate information online. They just post some shit that they saw or heard somewhere else, and nothing comes from them. Facebook,
Right.
especially
You
people
know
that
what I
haven't
hate?
graduated Web 2 and gone into like Twitter and other realms. I noticed that they're really stuck here. It's like MySpace here.
Wait, you said it's like MySpace on Facebook?
The mentality, yeah, they don't. It's like, I don't know. I can't explain it. They're not action forward. They don't do anything. They sit around and type all the time, and I hardly see any progress. Every once in a while, you know, you get a person in your friend group who is like similar as far as action, but most people just type.
Yeah,
Like,
that's consistent everywhere on every platform.
yeah.
Like, and not even just on platform,
Instagram,
just in life in
you have to
general.
show yourself though. You know, some other platforms you have to show yourself because it's like more visual.
Yeah, you right. You right.
Like
Yeah, Facebook, you don't got to show shit.
It's a forum.
Facebook, you could just be typing.
Yeah,
Facebook, you don't even got to be typing. It's some people you'll go to their Facebook and it ain't nothing but like them sharing other content. Like that's all it is.
Yeah.
And I'll be looking at, I've said this a while ago. I said you could tell a lot about a person by what they share.
Right.
Even if you're not a creator, I can just go to your page and look at the shit you be sharing, and I can tell like where you are mentally, like your energy.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like when people be sharing like bullshit all day, and it's like laughing emojis on. Like how much fucking laughs can you get out of just random bullshit? And then the content they be sharing, and sometimes it don't even be funny. It'd be like violence. It'd be like people fighting, doing all type of weird shit.
Let's talk about that because I just watched Jocelyn Hernandez, I guess, got into a brawl, but this shit was like so demonic. Like I could see in her eyes like she wasn't there, and I'm like, y'all, it's knocking and people just don't even understand. But yeah, so anyway, I guess that was like a big viral thing that just happened because she got like 4 charges and she got arrested and shit. But that girl that she was fighting like literally had no protection, and the whole time I'm watching her, I was like, you ain't got no spiritual protection. Is what it. She butt naked. The girl, she got her butt naked on camera and everything. It was crazy.
Wait. Jocelyn was fighting somebody, beating up somebody, and the girl was naked.
Ripped her top off, and there was like literally 10 guys around, and nobody's breaking it up. It's just sad that like they just let people go to those extremes. Actually, one of the dudes was like in on it, it's fucking people.
That's weird. Super weird. That's super weird because men are supposed to be here. It's like we're supposed to be here as y'all protection, and these men out here fucking playing around. They ain't protecting shit.
And then there's a guy in the film. Let me show it. I have another camera. We can show the clip. It's like less than a minute long, but there's like a guy in the background. He's like break that shit up. Why ain't nobody breaking it up? Meanwhile, he just recording the whole shit. I'm thinking, why are you telling everybody else to break it up? Put the goddamn fucking phone down. He's like, who'd you come with? Like, she didn't have no protection, no security. Like, you could tell the girl was just really, I don't know where they were at or what was going on. If it was like sometimes they do like reunion shows or whatever. I don't know what it was, but it was, yeah. Anyway, so the people think that type of stuff is funny. I find fucking no humor in that.
Yeah.
Like at all.
I don't either.
it's not even entertainment to me. It's just unfortunate at this point. It's just unfortunate. That's all I see it as. It's
Yeah.
fortunate.
I feel like I wasn't even into it when I was younger, because you know sometimes you'll be intrigued by stuff when it's new. So like when the internet was new and we just getting into like seeing all this stuff online and sharing it, I think everybody was kind of like, whoa, this is different, because
Yeah.
this ain't TV. This is like real life. This is people. So I
In real time. It's different. It's
yeah.
real time. Everything in real time.
So,
So
so
I never got that.
sometimes the shock value of something will make you intrigued by it or interested in it. So I remember when I first started getting exposed to all this violence on the internet, like I was like, wow. So I would look at it from the wow standpoint, but now I'm not even wowed by it. I just think the shit is dumb. Like you're desensitized now. Like
Desensitized. Yeah. And they have a whole, dark web where you can go and look banned videos and all type of shit. People being mutilated and people being buried alive, all type of shit. You don't even want to know. And people go and seek that out, and like they get, not saying they get off on it like a literal off, but shit, might as
they
well, because if
do.
you because like you might as well, because if you really going to the extent to go search on the dark web for some real, just some super gory violent shit that you can't find somewhere else, something wrong with you mentally. Something ain't right up
It's
here.
like
You playing Call of Duty too much or whatever, I don't know, but
it
something's not right.
it goes back to this point about how a lot of people, they don't really know what the fuck they doing. They just looking for something to occupy their mind. And
Right.
they're
When you said that people just like, how many laugh emojis are you gonna put? It's like they just want to feel
yeah,
something, even if
yeah.
it's like watching somebody else feel pain. It's like it
Yep.
makes them feel like they exist. Shit.
Mm-hmm. It's like boredom. Majority of the world is bored and don't know what to do with themselves. They have no purpose,
I've
and that's
never
scary.
been. I don't think I've ever been bored in my life. I don't think I've. I don't really like, if I say I'm bored, it's really superficial and I don't mean it. Like I just like, oh, I'm bored because I know there's something else I could be doing that's a little better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I don't get bored. I don't believe in boredom. I got so tired during COVID of everybody saying how bored they were. I was like, y'all don't even see how the world is shifting, do you? You don't even understand it, and you're bored. Like there's no time for boredom. I don't get bored like that.
Me
Period.
either. I ain't ever. Nah. Well, I feel like me and my brother. I don't know if my brother would say it more often. I don't remember ever saying that I'm bored a whole lot, but I think children say it at different times because children are always just trying to have fun. So
Right.
I remember we used to, whenever we did say we were bored, my dad would tell us, "You're not bored, you're boring." Like
There you go.
keep, I keep that with me. Like that's
That's good.
facts.
And
Especially
that's like,
nowadays, if you're bored nowadays with access to so much stuff to occupy, you really gotta be boring.
yeah,
You
no
gotta be like,
creativity.
yo,
Somebody wrote in the comments and said people get bored. What they say? People get bored. Oh, people watch content based off of your feelings. So
oh yeah,
yeah.
shout out to Ernest. I was about to tell you, I've been knowing Ernest for a while. We go back to like 2008 or 9 when I started my first community. So I want to bring that up to let people know how long you can be in touch with people on the internet. Like if you really develop real connections with people. Me and this dude Ernest, we have never met in person,
Oh
but
wow.
that's my bro. And we don't even talk a lot, but he was just part of my first community. We are forever tied. So like
Mm-hmm.
that's just dope.
I got a couple like that. I haven't really been online for maybe just 3-4 years. Before that, I was hardly like, like not every day at least.
Hmm. Like
Somebody, man.
he typed up the progression salute. Like if you scroll up, he typed up this. We used to throw this up.
Oh, what the fuck is that? How do you do that?
Nah, this. It's three fingers.
Like
But
this?
yeah, like yeah.
How
So
fancy?
I had a
Sorry.
movement called the progression. It was called the progression, and we had a three-ring logo, and the three rings stood for unity, inspiration, and amplification. Like I always been on a mission to
Yeah.
unite the world and spread love.
Oh, I can
So
tell
we
that.
would, yeah.
I knew that as soon as I met you. I was like, yeah, He's been at it for a while. As far as
Yeah.
you can tell, like, because you give less fucks about what. I know how long people been doing shit based on the amount of levels of fucks they give. I'll be like,
I'm
oh
at
yeah,
the
you
I'm
okay.
at
You good.
I'm at negative fucks. I'm at negative fucks.
At that point, for sure. And somebody wrote a long comment. It says, I've seen so much BS on Facebook. I lost some of my personality. I don't even laugh no more. It's all BS. People just post anything for attention, man. They get off on drama and fights, man. I hate looking at another whipping another's ass.
Yeah, facts. He said, okay, let me, what's the main idea of what he...
What's crazy to me too is that people will like have some sort of faith in something like a god or like be Christian and be doing that type of shit, and I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. Their spirits are just so out of whack that they can't even see that if somebody offends you, how can somebody even get... I don't even get offended to the point where I will put my hands... I used to love to fight, and I used to box, and but I don't even get
Oh,
offended.
damn, you used to throw them hands like that?
Just like for fun, kickboxing
Oh, okay.
and boxing. I used to do it like on an everyday basis. I did a little bit of training, but it was just like at a gym. It wasn't like, boxing. But anyway, yeah, I hate to see people be violent towards each other. It really breaks my heart. But it took me a long time to feel like that because I was angry at the world for a long time, and I had taken a lot of my anger out on other people that disrespected me, or I felt like they weren't, that they violated me in some way, and that was my opportunity to be like, okay, I'm whoop your ass,
Hold that thought. Hold that thought about being angry at the world. I like where this conversation's going. We about to dive deep. Ooh, this gonna be easy doing lives with you.
Me of Ralph Smart. I don't know if you know who Ralph Smart is, but you said we about to dive deep. It reminded me.
Oh, the dark skinned dude.
Just diving deep divers. You don't know?
He got that. He got that accent. Yeah. I've seen him.
Ralph Smart.
Yeah, my ex used to watch him a lot.
Yeah, he's dope. A lot of people think. Well, we ain't gonna get into that conversation, but anyway, I think he's dope.
Shout out to Marlene. I gotta give shout outs. Marlene has been tuned into me for a while. I met her through my dad. My dad is slick famous in Atlanta as a karaoke DJ. So like I met her in person.
So he knows a lot of lyrics.
Yeah, right? My dad sings. Like he really sings.
Better, like he's better than you?
Yeah, he's a better pure singer than me. Oh. I'm more of a creator.
Yeah.
More of like creative genius. He's an entertainer. So he likes to be on the microphone. He likes to sing, perform, entertain. Like it's a whole experience when you go to my dad's shows.
And he doesn't write music. He sings
not
other
at all
people's music, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yep.
he knows, that would be an indication that he knows a lot of lyrics. That's probably why he does karaoke too.
Yeah. He always loved singing. When I was younger, before he even started his karaoke business, I would just always hear him singing different songs that he liked. And then he started going to karaoke spots, and he built a relationship with this karaoke guy who he would always go sing at his shows. And then he got laid off from his job, and he had to make a decision of like what he was going to do. And he started his own karaoke business. So he's been doing that shit. Like, it's been a minute. It's been at least a few decades, over 15 years. I know that.
That's not, like, I mean, it's nice to have a career outside of checking into a job every day. So kudos to him.
Marlene said, you are too. You rock the mic. I could be a performer if I wanted to. I just don't like. I don't like performing on the mic. Like I just don't like. It just don't.
You mean like gigs? You mean like getting gigs and doing little shows and stuff like that until making it big? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean, because to me, you already are doing that. Like you already are like a performer or whatever.
I feel like I perform through technology. I perform through content. But when it comes to like.
Is that, hold on, because my mic is so good. Just 1 second. Hey, is that you? I can hear you on this mic. All right, go ahead.
I was saying, yeah, I feel like I perform through content, through recorded content, and through like live video. This is a form of performing, or being in front of people basically. But
Yeah, having an audience, or yeah.
I don't really seek out the stage though to perform music. I went through my phase of doing it and I was good at it and people love the music and I have, a good stage presence, but I don't like memorizing lyrics. I don't like rehearsing. I don't like the pressure of performing. I don't like any of it. Like I'm not passionate about it. So I did it for a short time and then I got over it real quick. I just
Right.
didn't like it. Cuz then what happens is as an artist, right? I had this one song that I would perform all the time. I had a bunch of music. So when I was performing, I would go to my dad's shows and whenever I would make a new song, I would perform the new song.
Mm-hmm.
But they would always want me to perform that one song that they love. This is what happens. Like, so people get drawn to these one moment, these single moments that you create as an artist, and then they want you to just recreate that moment over and over and over and over again.
Or
That
sure.
shit gets redundant
Bro,
for me.
I
I
don't know
hate
how
that shit.
musicians goes on tour and Beyonce sing the same song she's been singing since Destiny Child, whatever. I don't know
Like,
how they do it. No.
yeah,
Does
like
not
fuck
sound
that.
fun. It ruins your love for the song or the music that you created. It ruins it.
It's like, damn, how many times do y'all want me to perform this damn song? Shit.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And like the feeling of it is cool. Like to have a crowd of people know your lyrics and they're excited for you to do this song. It is a rush, but I'm not seeking that rush. I don't need validation from people to like make myself feel good.
Correct.
So like,
And that's more or less what those musicians tend to be looking for is money, rush, and adoration, idolization. That's what they're looking for. You want to come say hi? My little one wants to. He's peeking around the corner here. You want to show him your sword? I'll let you hear what it sounds like.
uh-oh, what's up? What's up?
Can you say hi? Talk.
Hello there. Oh, you got a sword? Let me see your sword though.
He's my shy one, clearly.
Okay.
You. I got to show the sword my crazy hair. I got to show my crazy hair and the sword.
Okay. Oh, that thing light up though. Oh, that's
May the force be with
cool.
you.
Yeah, that's
I
nice.
get on one knee. Okay, he ain't gonna get on one knee. All right, say goodbye. Thank you very much for your appearance.
Goodbye.
His name's Solace, by the way. We didn't get that far.
Solace?
Yeah, like the
That's a
word.
dope name.
You'd
That's
be
a dope
surprised.
name.
Nobody knows who his name is, and nobody ever knows what my name is. They call him Soulless all the time. I'm like, why of all things, Soulless? But whatever.
All right, Ernest said we got a link though, French. I was in college at Payne. I remember you was at Payne College. That's when I made that picture for you in Augusta, so I couldn't come to too many meetups. Yeah, I'm
Did you
doing my
graduate?
shit.
Where'd you graduate from college?
Who, me or him?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I graduated from Georgia State.
Oh, you did? You have a degree?
Yeah.
In what? I'm sorry, I didn't know, but in what?
Hosp- hospitality.
Wow, that's pretty cool. What can you do with that? Like hotels and
Mm-hmm.
restaurants, like
Yeah.
general manager and
It's like the thing that got me into hospitality was events and trade shows. I
events.
took a I took an elective and that's what the class was about. It was hospitality, event, trade shows and something else.
Hmm.
But it was the teacher. Like I'm a people person. I don't give a fuck about the thing. I'm like if good people are attached to something, it don't matter what the fuck's going on. Like it could be a subject that I don't care anything about. If the teacher is dope, they're gonna make me into whatever the subject is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's
So
some
this particular teacher was just really dope. She was just really a great person, and her class basically inspired me to be creative because we had to throw a tailgate. My bad. We had to throw a tailgate for the school because we was getting our football team. It was like our inaugural season of football coming up. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that class inspired me. And then after I took that class, I switched my major to hospitality.
Nice background story. I didn't know all that. Somebody said French music, which I guess is you, not actual French music, but your music, is epic, life changing. I wish the world was more attuned. It is. It is epic. It's really great. Like honestly, your music is amazing. And
Thank
I'm weird. I'm a fucking music critic, even though I don't make music, you know. But I don't like everything. I don't like everything. I don't like things that other people like. I hate. So like, for me to like your music is, I don't know, it says something because I certainly don't like everybody's music.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm.
I'm excited to make a lot of music this year because these past few years I haven't really been making a lot of music. I've been
It's
just
all old
living.
stuff, and you just put it out right later.
That's how you know how much fucking content I got. Like I got so much content in the chamber in the clip. Like it's like rounds and rounds and rounds of content, not just music. So even if I didn't make any new content for like a few years, I'd have new content to put in front of y'all for like every day of like every
Isn't
year.
it
It's
weird
that.
though that we don't? I have stuff like that too, but isn't it weird that we don't really want to go back and like? Sometimes you put a little bit of something out, but you still have that urge to like every day I have to create something new. Because
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
you have that storage, that backup, that archive, you can just be editing that shit and putting it out. They won't even know that it's not you for the day. But as a creator, you know, like your spirit is like, I'll get to that in another minute. Like today, I have to do
Right.
like you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel the same way. I have so much old shit, and sometimes I do post it, but it's not like the focus. The focus is whatever I can come up with something new or like a new idea, and you know.
It's
But
a
the
good
old stuff,
bag to get
you
into.
know,
That's what
sometimes.
I'm saying. Like it's a good bag to get into. If you already have a lot of content created, it's gonna be new to these people. You constantly have like new people in your network. So you've already created enough content to really leave an impression on people
Right.
and to grow. So it's like I found a way to mix in what I've already done and just always trickle in new shit. So
Mm-hmm. How's the
you can
audio?
find like
Can you hear him okay and me? Because I hear a tiny bit of an echo, but I don't know if anybody else can hear it.
uh,
Can you hear it too? You can hear. Oh, you can hear him outside of the headphones. Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. Anyway,
oh shit.
somebody gave us a heart, so I'm assuming that must mean the audio's good.
Yeah, it sounds good on my end. I got this new headset over here. So this is a Bluetooth headset.
Go ahead and tell them the story about your five and belowies.
Man, I threw that shit in the trash.
You don't even got it no more.
I threw that shit away. That shit cost $5. I wasn't about to go fucking return it. I wasn't about to do nothing. So yeah, I
Somebody
went to
said
five.
no. Somebody
Ernest
said no.
said no.
It's the Wi-Fi. What's the Wi? Was there a problem with it?
Nah,
Is it like blurry?
nah. He's saying your shit fucked up. That's why you hearing echo. He's joking
Oh,
with you.
okay. I'm like maybe.
Marlene said I can hear you both, so we sound good. What was I saying? I feel like I was in the middle of a thought.
I think
Oh, I
you
wanted
still
to I wanted to go back to what you were saying about being angry at the world.
bring it. Yeah, being angry at the world.
At what age do you think you became angry at the world and you started to want to project like violence and just you wanted to just get that anger out of you?
No, not 31. It was 31.
Your son telling you when you was angry at the world.
It was 31. I never fought anybody at 31 in my life. It was when I was a young girl. I got, it's like, I don't know. I didn't know what I was angry about. I think is what it was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what to be angry about, but I just certainly felt misunderstood.
Mm.
But I think probably like I stopped at innocence. Probably like 12, 13, 10, 11, something like that. Like
Mm.
when I got into middle school, middle school is hard. Middle school's
Middle school
tough.
is a
It's coming of age. It's like coming to figure out who you are. And, you know, once you get to high school, things are a little bit smoother. But you ever notice, like, middle school is just chaotic for everybody? Middle school is just, that was that place of reckoning. It's like that middle stage where you're like, am I going this way or am I going this way?
middle school. I don't know if I ever had a moment where I felt, uh, I feel like my moment happened a lot later. When I was in my teens, I can't remember any time where I felt disturbed or angry or like trying to figure something out. I think it's because I think it's because when I was 6, I figured out I wanted to make music, so I already had a good idea of what I wanted to do. So my life was consumed with school, music, and video games. That's all I did, and just hanging with family.
Right. School, music, video games. Yeah, it's pretty simple.
And
I
I didn't have a traumatic upbringing. Like it wasn't so bad to where I had like bad stuff happening around me. It
mhm.
was stuff happening in my family, like family issues with like my brother and my parents. Like it was some turmoil around me, but it wasn't enough to make me angry because I think I had an outlet,
Right. And
you know.
you had support, like your dad probably and your mom gave you a little bit of support. Like if you knew what you want to do at 6 years old, it's because somebody let you know what you wanted to do. Because parents have to allow that, or the child to, you know, not saying that a 6-year-old can't figure out what he wants to do with a fucking traumatic upbringing. I'm not saying that that's not true. Like somebody in foster care, of course, 6 years old, you could probably figure that out because you got a lot of time to think. But
Hmm.
but a lot of times a supportive parent does help. I grew up with like no support as far as
Ah.
that's concerned. Yeah, I didn't have a mom at all, and my dad was like illiterate. And you know, I raised my brother, an autistic brother, since I was 8 years old. So, and he was 3. So I've been raising kids like forever. My spirit be tired sometimes. Yeah, you can.
Mm.
So so that's why I was angry, because I had a lot of responsibilities at a very, very young age. And so I was mad about that for sure.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that that's what I was mad about. I just knew like something wasn't fair, things weren't right, you know. But other than
Yeah.
that, I didn't really, and I took it out on other people, but I felt like it was just because it was only when they did something to disrespect me. I wasn't like just barking at people for no reason. So that was the space I gave myself to say oh, that makes it okay. But it never was. It
Mm.
didn't help me heal me. It didn't make me feel better, lashing out on someone else. So I gave that up when I was like, I don't know, but I ain't fought in years. But probably like high school, I haven't fought anybody. Even really got jealous or mad. And since I have my kids, I probably haven't felt a lot of jealousy towards like in a spousal situation or anything like that, or towards a woman, like jealous.
Mm.
So it even made me feel more like a polyamorous person, like just being so free to love, because I lost the whole jealousy factor. Like that whole thing was like, there's nothing to be, jealous about. That just says more about you. Like if you feel like you have to control a man or control a situation or control or be in control of a woman who's looking at your man, whatever they get upset about, it just says more about you than anything else, And I always, I don't know why women get so upset if men want to be with another woman, or why they feel like, that's probably a great conversation, but why they feel like it's something that is not you. Like it's not fucking has anything to do with you.
See,
It's
that's the thing.
them.
Everybody takes everything personal,
Right.
especially in relationships. They think everything is about them and what they did, or because your partner's doing this. It's this idea that two people become one. That's a lie. You're not one. You're you. They're them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're still their own person, their own entity. They still make decisions outside of you. You don't have to be involved in every fucking thing. You ain't got to be in tune to what they doing, their every move, every feeling,
Yeah.
and you ain't got to take their mood or their mental state or emotional state personally. Like it's
Yeah.
some days where you, especially if you live with your partner, that's when you really get to know another level of like who they are and how intertwined y'all emotions are and shit. And like on one level that could be beautiful, but on another level that's some very unhealthy shit. Cause like if you don't know how to deal with that and separate yourself from like what they're feeling, because you can wake up on a day where, like, let's say you and your partner had a great day yesterday, and then you wake up the next day and you notice their energy is off. Like, so you tune into how they're feeling, and it's making you feel away. But you know you didn't really do nothing. But in your mind, you could be overthinking the shit like, damn, what I do? Like, what the? Because then their energy might, like, you'll start to feel their mood, and then you'll start to take it personal. But really, it ain't about you. So in those moments, I feel like,
I know that from having kids and family and stuff. Like, yeah, that definitely can rub off. I mean, it can rub off, you know, in any situation, especially with the spouse, because you're like sleeping with, like, you're having sex, which is the transaction. So definitely,
yeah,
if somebody has any type of negative feelings or emotions and you had sex with them the night before, even just in general, or having sex with them, there's a connectivity there. There's a bond. There's something happening that is obviously going to, create those same thoughts, feelings, and emotions in you. That's why it's important to have not one mind. Be one person, but have a similar mind and have the same at least end goal or mission. Because outside of that, whatever, you can be one or whatever the hell you think you are, but y'all goals ain't the goddamn same. So if you ain't trying to get to the same place, that's where it becomes to me an issue. But I do believe in soulmates. I believe in twin flames. I think that those style of relationships are have to play out on the planet in a way that's going to bring great change. So I do have faith in those situations and relationships. But as far as just fusing and being one person and not having your own your own personality and your own, yeah, that's impossible. It's impossible.
Okay, so what's the difference in a soulmate and a twin flame?
Oh God.
What's
Well,
a
a soulmate is
what's a soulmate? Yeah,
a
we'll do
soulmate
one
is
at a
just
time.
somebody that, it sounds very basic. It's a mate of your soul, somebody who you can clearly communicate with, somebody that understands you, somebody who's kind of sent into your life to help balance out things and make you feel more at peace. Because soulmate, you're gonna attach that with peace, because that's what's gonna give you. Because if not, that ain't no soulmate. Your soul ain't, it's not soothed, so it ain't, that's not it. There's no,
Yeah, a lot
usually
of y'all ain't soothing nothing.
there's no
Oh, she froze up. Hopefully her phone didn't die. Yeah, hold up. Yeah, she froze up. We'll see if she can hop back on. Hopefully her phone didn't die. Hey, the conversation's getting real juicy. If you're tuned in right now, drop a wave. Uh, dang man, I wish my internet was on right now on my computer. I can't really get to the I'd have to log into the thingamajig. I think it's this one. Hopefully I don't have to put in the password. Oh, there we go. Cool. Yeah, man, this conversation's getting real fucking juicy. If you're tuned in, drop a wave. Shout out to my bro Johnny JB Davis in this bitch. Shout out to Michael Gilbert in this bitch. Uh oh, she's back. Okay, cool. So her I thought her phone died again. Let's bring her back up.
my
Let's
phone
bring
died.
her.
Oh shit.
It died?
My phone died and I had to get because this stupid mic is plugged in and everything, so I can't actually have it on the charger, so I had to get my other phone.
Oh, okay.
And I'm on airplane mode. Let me take that off. Okay. So soulmates are that. you know, you love, and all those great, wonderful, squishy things, you know, that a lot of people aren't fortunate enough to experience time, you know, or in past lifetimes or whatever. But and then
Okay, hold up. So, do you believe that you only have one soulmate?
No, because I've had already many, and none of them were any. Oh, another thing is, don't think of intimacy, soulmates, relationships as just, oh, the sex or like an actual relationship. Okay,
Okay,
so
I
many
got you.
people that come into your life that you energetically match with and align with. I got many soulmates on the Facebook page, you know. So,
Well, shit, I think we might be soulmates.
right, like kindred spirits. It's like I basically consider those the same thing. Kindred spirits is more like a long-term friendship, very long-term. Like my best friend, I think she's my kindred, you know, kindred spirit.
Right.
And
So
then,
wait. So I feel like soulmates have qualities of kindred spirits, though.
yeah, yeah.
I feel like those are very, very closely tied together.
I don't even separate them, so don't worry about it.
Shout out to Kudos P. What's up, bro? Quick story about Kudos P. I know his name says PB, but I know him as Kudos P. I don't know where you got the B from, bro. I don't know why you put the B next to the P, but you're always gonna be Kudos P.
This nigga said, "What's hoodie in the hoodie?"
So Kudos P, he competed in my recording artist competition that I managed from 2013 to 2018. It was called The Standard. He was very active in that competition. So he's into music. That's why you see him. You see how he rhyming and shit with the goodie and the hoodie? He always trying to spit some fucking bars, basically.
I ain't mad at the bars. As long
Hey.
as the bars bring good feelings, good vibes, I'm down with it.
Come on now. So yeah, kindred spirits and soulmates, yeah, those are definitely closely tied.
Karmics. Now let's talk about that, because before we get into twin flames, I really feel like both of those things have to be explained, because you have to be able to know what both of those are before you can know what a twin is. But karmic is somebody who comes to teach you a lesson, baby.
Wait, you said a what? A karmic?
Yeah.
So
karmic.
So karmic, that's a noun. Like you're like a person can be a karmic or
a karmic relationship. Yeah, absolutely. That's
okay, karmic. Yeah. That's like an adjective.
New age terms that fly around that, but really are real shit. You know, a lot of times people, you know, get turned off by labels and things, and I do as well. But because we're dealing with language, we have to sometimes be able to put it
identify.
In a box. Right.
You basically
I don't
just
like
want to
put it in boxes, but you know, to identify it, that's how you do it.
Yeah, I feel you. But I feel like every relationship you ever have, no matter how long it is or short it is, it should have an element of that karmic concept that you just presented. Because if you're not learning something from every interaction you have with somebody, you're not connecting. You're somewhere else. Like you probably moving through life with a selfish mentality, thinking that everybody around you is supposed to be serving you, and you're not pulling the lessons that you need to pull. So you're probably going to be losing out on a lot of bonds. You're going to be feeling like everybody's doing you wrong, and you're going to be one of them angry, complaining ass people. And you probably got nothing but negative things to say about your exes, your people that walked out of your life, and it's like, nah, like how is it everybody else? and you ain't contributing nothing? You didn't get anything good from these people? That's a lie. Like, so
yeah, unfortunately some people go through relationships and don't learn their lessons, and they repeat their karmic lesson. That's why what they get with somebody else is like just as bad as the last relationship. That's that karma repeating itself because you didn't learn.
Exactly.
But I will
that
say
shit.
Full-blown karmic relationships are very obvious. It's not like yes, there's a level of karmic to every single situation in a relationship, but it's not obvious to you at the time though. It's just obvious later. But during, you will have brawls or fights or really deep, dark things said to you. Sometimes a woman, because you know women like to cast spells, will say some shit over a nigga real quick to just take them back to where you thought you was going. Oh, we gonna take you back. And that's wrong. I hate that women do that. But anyway,
you done that?
once, but this was before I had children.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was once. I just, it was very basic. I just told the father of my son. I never lived with a man before, but I, told the father of my son, like, I didn't want him to live there. And I didn't know that, like, that was something that was going to affect him so deeply. Cause he's like, I told him, go back to your grandma's house. Like, I don't want you here. And man, that was like, he would never, after that, he was like, bitch, I'm never coming back living nowhere near you, because it like really hurt him because I told him something like that. But that was just a trauma. It was related to his own trauma. It wasn't really honestly that bad, was it? But I know now I would never like say it in a way that tries to belittle the person. I would say it in a way is like, this isn't working, and I really do think that you should blah blah blah. So other than that, but I've never really bashed a guy. Like my youngest son's father, he really put me through the ringer, put me through jail, did all these things to like sabotage me and stuff. And even with him, I ain't never said nothing negative to him to this day. Like really, I haven't. I could have said a lot, but I don't.
Yeah.
So no, I don't curse people. I don't curse people. I don't like to do that. I don't want that shit back on me. I'm good. You gonna get what you get. I don't gotta do nothing.
Right. All you got to do is just remove your energy from people that aren't bringing or breathing life into you. You're either adding value or you're pulling value from people, environments, and if somebody ain't really bringing the best out of you, it's like you can either meet that energy with an equal amount of it's like that hate, vengeance, vindictive shit.
Nasty.
Like that shit don't do nothing to serve your own spirit though. And then like if you're finding joy in hurting somebody else, that's showing like it's
You're
some stuff in you.
a little bit. It's a little bit sadistic, even though you don't think so.
Yeah.
Narcissistic qualities. We all have our demons, and that's why our conversation is important because sometimes people just need to know that, like, yeah, that's okay, that's normal. But what you gonna do about it? Just as simple as that.
It really is.
Just as simple as that.
What are you gonna do about it? I had to reiterate that. That shit is real shit. That's it. Everything is a move. What's the next decision?
Yeah, and how are you not going to be affected by whatever challenges come? Because a lot of people get affected by challenges and not realize that any type of adversity that you're experiencing in your life is to set you up for the next phase of abundance, the next phase of growth, the next phase of spiritual evolution. Without adversity, you ain't doing shit right. We talked about this before, I think. But like without adversity, there's no testimony to your fucking story. Your story bland as fuck. If you gonna come from if you come from something, like basically you're born into something that's grand or great, your legacy don't really mean shit like it does for people that get it out the mud. Sorry.
Right.
It doesn't.
Right. Let me read this comment. I'm gonna touch on that what you just said. Kudo said, if people can't match your energy or build both energies up, then they ain't ready to be in a circle with you.
They ain't ready.
Yeah, you gotta have people around you that match your energy. They say opposites attract. I think that's bullshit. I think opposites are intriguing. Like if you see something or you're around somebody that's not like you, you can learn from them.
Personality, but
you could be drawn to them, but like you gotta have more in common than not to really like build with somebody.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. I think you have to have a lot in common. I think you have to be a damn mirror to fucking build with somebody. You got to look a whole lot like me and be a whole lot like me, but just not me.
It's them core values. It's like how do you look at life? How do you flow through life? And it be key things. Like how do you feel about money? How do you feel about definitely your spiritual, like the way you look at that side of life matters, because some people are very strict about like certain religion, certain thought pattern. Like they got to have a partner that thinks like that, because then that goes into like, what are you going to teach your kids if y'all have kids together? And if y'all not seeing eye to eye on that, and you're not open enough to accept the difference in how your partner may think, then that could create a lot of issues.
factors. Yeah, a lot of variables. Yeah, I think that's why, people who are deeply spiritual, like for real, we kind of, you kind of refrain from relationships unless you know that this is something that I haven't picked up on. Like I've never picked up on anybody's energy like this, or this is something that's completely out of the ordinary and I know it's divine. Otherwise, we just care about ourselves too much.
Wait.
Love yourself a little harder, remember? Not real, you mean?
That shit was funny as
yeah, and that's what it is. So when you become spiritual, you become one with all things. And so what happens is that you're not gonna let anybody in who doesn't, ain't supposed to be there anymore. If you do, you might have slip up, like make a mistake. But other than that, pretty much you have a steady flow in motion.
Yeah.
What's going on? You never seen nobody want to crawl up back in the womb like this one. He want to go right back
he
up
just
in
be
the
wanting some love, He just be wanting some love.
It's loud. Yes, it's very loud in my ear. Don't get out.
You do it to me. I want to hear.
No, I'm in the live. No. Bye. I'll be done in a minute. But yeah, so twin flames. This is a more complex subject. I think twin flames are more coming to play in this specific generation because there's a different level of awareness that we actually have to take on new personas and shit. It's not like, in the past where things were a little bit more under wraps. The technology is very advanced. Our connections are very advanced. We're able to connect overseas, over continents, and a lot of shit has changed because of that. So twin flames are more of like witnesses to each other's legacy, different than just like a soulmate or like a karmic. A lot of it. Hey, Cheech, whatever you got on, turn it down. Bop it. Anyway, so that whole thing is like you notice like how we talked about mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that mirror in that person, but you also can see every flaw in that person. Soulmates, sometimes you can only see the good in them. Like I noticed that because like they have balanced out a lot of things, so there's not a lot of negative. But twin flames are very much two individuals who haven't gotten to that place of like healing, right? And so you're growing from them, they're growing from you, but there's no karmic situation because it's not abrupt, it's not violent, it's not loud, it's not mean, it's not vulgar. There's the only thing that separates a twin from a twin is the lack of self-love in yourself. It literally is just a mirror. Specifically for me, my twin is in London. My twin is in another country. A lot of times you get separated by water, but it's a freak encounter that you have with somebody that changed the directory of the course of your life forever. And you can never deny it. And you know that person from like every lifetime. Like that person is so familiar to you that you can never forget them. And it's a deep, long process that I don't wish on my worst fucking enemy. I'll say that first and foremost.
Wait, the process with the twin flame?
Process with the twin flame, and even if you never come to be in union, is what they call it. If you never come to be in union with your twin flame, it's still a long and jarring process because the self-evolution that has to actually take place. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, and I only can speak from my experience, and I know there's a lot of talk and a lot of chatter about it online and stuff that I don't really fall for the hype, but I know from my personal experience what I have gone through in that type of setting, and I know for a fact that I wouldn't even come to certain realizations in my life had I not met that person, and that changed everything for me. So, and you always have that unconditional love and hope for the person. Never goes away. Unfortunately, it never does. It's like one of those notebook feelings, like as if, like I tell myself, I would love to be in a relationship, or I would love to be with another person, but it's almost as if I accept another individual or another being, that person will live in my subconscious mind forever. Like, it's not something that goes away. Like, it's like I've talked to people who don't understand twin flame connections in relationships and stuff, because you have to actually be in one to understand it. If otherwise you don't really get it as easily, or you have to be very open-minded. But like, I've had, like, when beginning of my stages of twin flames, and I was going through some of the pain where I thought I could talk to a friend or a mother or somebody who could understand, like, in the first couple of years, because it's been almost 8 years now since I met that person. But in the beginning stages of it, when I thought I could share things with people, they would just, you know, tell me, oh, don't worry about it, you'll get over it. You know, they basically kind of would put my feelings, my true feelings about how I feel about this person, like, oh, it's just another experience and you'll move on and you'll love somebody else. And I'm like, y'all don't get it. I will marry another man, never, ever, ever, like, not think about this person. Like, I will always wonder, what if? Like, and I hate feeling lingering over you. What if? And maybe one day I won't feel like that anymore. But after this amount of time, I just like, fuck it. You know, if I feel bad for whoever I do marry if it's not that person. If you ever watch this live, sorry. But yeah, no.
I think
so it's just one of those
I think it's just like, because I know what you mean. I feel like the woman I moved to Florida with is like my twin flame energy.
Well, I heard you make that song. When I heard you make that song, I thought right away, I said, maybe Brandon has a twin. Because that song that you made, I don't know if it's recent, but you had on All Yellow, and it was, I forgot the lyrics.
Oh yeah, that's my latest one, the one called Therapy.
Therapy, yeah. And I figured it was about her because I knew she was in Florida. And
well, it's actually hold up, it's actually 3 different people in that one song. Like, each verse is about a different woman.
Interesting.
But the second verse is about the Florida twin flame I'm talking about. Yeah, Florida.
Interesting. Yeah. I didn't know it was about 3 different women, but it's basically your collective experience with love.
Yep.
In one song.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Cause I got like, oh, it's just a lot of shit. I feel like majority of my trauma and majority of my weight in my life has come through my relationships with women. So that's where I pull a lot of my like deep emotional music. It comes from that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like she's the twin flame. If I have to put that label on anybody I've been with, it's her.
Is that?
And I think,
girl, hold on. Is that the girl that was watching Ralph Smart?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She's your twin, I already know. Well, you know, hey, whatever. It's unfortunate that, you know, you can't always be with your twin, but you get to love yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I fucking, the thing that put me at peace, because I feel like that's the feeling you touched on like the what if, that's what drew me back to her. Because we dated long distance initially, and I think I met her the same way, or probably the same time period you met your twin, because I met her in 2015 on Facebook. We started talking.
You're gonna make me cry.
So like,
don't get me hope in things that I've lost hope in. But
look, so I started talking to her in August of 2015, and we talked. Oh my God, and we talked. Hold on, let me get through it. I know this is deep, but I'm just about to open up.
You have no idea.
So look, we started talking August 2015. We talked every day. She was in Florida, I was in Georgia. So we talked every single day from August all the way through the rest of the year. We made it official in November. So we were officially in a long distance relationship at that point. And then I went and saw her in Florida January 2016. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it was like January 3rd or January 6th, one of those, and I stayed with her for like 3 days or something like that. So yeah, met her for the first time. Fireworks, like everything that you see in like the fairy tale type shit, where you meet this perfect person, physically, mentally, like y'all just on the same frequency. Like this shit just seems too good to be true. Mm-hmm. So, man, I was just head over heels, and then she wound up breaking up with me March 2016. It was some social media shit. Just like, it ended on a note where I felt like that wasn't, nah, that can't be it. It can't end on that note.
It was just too lame to be the ending.
Yeah, like that shit was weak as fuck.
I know what you mean.
Like, nah. And then she developed the wrong type of idea of who I was based on what she saw or what made her want to like leave me. So I'm like, nah, man, we never had a real chance to be together. She don't really know who I am for real. That felt like more of a protection thing. She didn't want to like get hurt.
Yeah.
So then like that was 2016. 4 years passed. It's 2020.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, did y'all reconnect in 2020?
2020, I'm living here in Atlanta. I was in another roommate. I was in another roommate situation, and it was like, it was super late. Peep this. This is when the story get crazy as fuck. So now, mind you, this is 4 years have passed. Like within that time, I was in another relationship. I had a child. Like a lot of stuff happened throughout this shit. Oh, and then another thing, the stuff you were saying about twin flame, like describing it, it's like so much connected to like her. Cause you remember when you said like you could be with somebody and like that person they'll always be a thought. Like they'll just always linger. So like I remember while I was with the woman I had a child with, like I remember I posted some it was a maternity shoot with me and her, and the twin flame popped up in the comments. She liked the post. I had not seen or heard from her. This was like 2018. So this is like a few years after we completely just lost contact. And I saw her name, but it wasn't my post. It was somebody.
They are telling me so much right now that make me be like, goddamn, I'm not crazy. Go ahead.
So look, I'm posting I'm in the current moment of being with this woman I'm about to have a child with. I'm posting our maternity shoot, and I don't know who reshared it. It was getting a lot of views because anytime you share anything that has to do with having a baby, like people love that shit.
Yeah.
So it was going like little semi-viral, like people was sharing the pictures and stuff. And I remember I clicked on a post, one of my friends sharing it, and I don't know what made me look at her likes, but I looked at her likes and I saw my twin flame in her likes. Like she had liked the post of me and
like, I just want you to know
that's what I'm saying. Like
that's how
so that's crazy as fuck. So like I remember during that time I had wrote some lyrics. Like I got this song called Rothschild.
Yeah, your twin always watching you. You ain't never being not watched. Believe that.
Damn, that's crazy.
I'm as a woman in the situation, I know. I mean, yeah, if there's access, if you're online, yeah.
And you know, it's easy to find me. I'm all the way outside.
My twin, let me tell you, my twin is not, and I'm so fucking thankful for that. Oh God, how much that's relieved me over the years that he doesn't have social media at all. I'm thankful. Thankful. I don't spy on him in a lot of other ways though, through tarot cards and all type of shit. But I just, I got over it. Like it's a phase. It's literally a phase of growth that you go through, like loving somebody so much that you feel like you can't, exist without them and all that stuff. That real pure, you're like, if I really love this person the way that I love myself, then it'll work. That's what you always kind of bring yourself back to that, and then you just think you're crazy half the time, and nobody can ever understand that. And then when you don't want to see other people or date other people because it's just not an equal yoke to you, it's like it just doesn't seem to make sense. I don't know. That's how my situation has been. And I think a lot of people are like, well, there's men that like you, and there's spiritual guys that are interested in and my twin, mind you, is completely fucking sleepwalker. He's not spiritual at all. It makes me wonder, why the fuck do I want this guy? You know what I mean?
It's like, yeah.
It's beyond. It is the literal, like, mirror to your own soul. So therefore, it doesn't matter what the person got dealings, what he's dealing in. And, there's a lot of dark shit when it comes to him. But at the same time, like, because I'm that light, it's like we really feed off of each other. And I just haven't met anybody that's like him. And I've given so many opportunities and I want something with somebody or somebody else. And I'm open to it, open to sex, open to all that, and still can't do it, still can't have it, still can't make it work with nobody.
It's like you just can't have, like, you've never found another energy that matches what you had with him or what you have. It ain't even, that's the thing. It's not a past tense thing. It's with you all the fucking time. Like,
Yeah.
so like,
yeah, exactly. You know, if I
so
still shed a tear over somebody that I met 7 years ago, I'd easily get over people. I don't get stuck in shit. I ain't no repeating cycles type of bitch. I'm like, okay, you don't want this, goodbye.
you stuck on
And
that one though. You stuck in that one,
and I
goddamn
move
it.
on. So that's why I'm like, what? This is different. This is
Yeah,
different.
that shit different. That shit hit different. And
It
then
does.
look, and
But
then I'm
see
thinking,
how
look,
we're
but
experiencing
look,
it. So let me go ahead. You say, and then I'll.
so the thing with the twin flame thing is, like, I can think of, like, one of my prior exes, we actually had more of a better chemistry. Like,
Right.
I'm thinking of one in particular that, like, if we would have stayed together and what happened with us didn't happen, it was an unfortunate situation. But, like, me and her were, like, energetically more in sync. The way we would communicate, we kind of talked more similarly. But me and the twin flame, we didn't really, we had a different type of connection. It wasn't as flowy and as perfect as it was with that other one. But I don't look at that other one as the twin. It's like,
and you know the difference. And also it's an intensity. Certain things can't be said, certain things can't be mentioned, certain conversations can't be had, because it's really, like, that's what I experienced with my twin, is like a lot of our love was silent. Sometimes we couldn't really, like, I couldn't place a call and he couldn't place a call, because we know that when we have to talk to each other, the shit's so goddamn intense that nobody wants to go through those feelings, you know? So at least over the years, like, that build up, it's always been like that. Like, how, and I've had other people who the shit flows way smoother. This doesn't flow smooth, but there's nothing that I can say that was negative about it. So it's like, I know it's not a karmic, because karmic situations, you obviously have, there's some sort of something in it that's like fucked up. This is like, it's always been pure love between us. He's very much emotionally unavailable, so he can't really share that with me the way that I wish he would. In the past, the way that I wish he would have.
that sounds
But I always knew,
like,
he always knew he loved me. I was like, no, I know you love me. And I would tell him, I'd be like, why don't you just tell me you love me? He'd be like, he just can't. Silent, good type. My situation had a lot. I don't want to put out, you know, his story or anything, but my situation had nothing to do with, the reason that we couldn't be together didn't have to do with another woman necessarily. It had to do with family members. It's that whole lineage, that bloodline shit. Woo! A lot of sorcery going on in that whole type of situation. So basically, anyway, yeah, that was the reason why we couldn't be together. Have more to do with family than just anything else.
So it didn't even have nothing to do with, like, you and him.
No, it never had anything to do with him and I. That's what's been the most painful part about it. Is like, you know, if it wasn't so many outsiders, that it could have worked, or you know, would have worked quicker or sooner, versus like so late. But also that evolution, I realized looking back, because I didn't know I was a twin. I just knew I met a guy. Like,
Yeah.
I met a guy, and like 3 years into it is when I had a spiritual awakening. It was in 2018. And when I had my spiritual awakening, and I was coming into all these realizations of life and metaphysics and spirituality and all this stuff, I started to realize, like, I came across some videos and stuff about twin flames. My mentors started mentioning things about twin flames, and I'm like, look at this, you know, what is this? So I started watching like videos and stuff on twin flames, and this was like 2018, and I had a Kundalini awakening. I'm talking about, I woke up with electricity coming out of my fucking fingertips and shit. It was really weird. And I don't always repeat this story to people, because they, you know, kind of think you're crazy or whatever. And but that was my awakening, and I woke up like the next day. I actually didn't know who I was. Like, a lot of shit happened. it's long story, but that's all that really needs to be said. So that was my experience in figuring out that I had a twin flame, like that this person that I met this amount of time ago was actually that really woke me up big time. Like it was like a moment. And then I got like all kind of strung out on the fact that this is my twin flame and I could never let him go, like that type of shit. And but I never told him that. I never told him that I felt like that or anything. But I always, like, after that point, I deeply like felt like I had to unconditionally love him, and that I didn't love him properly for the first 3 years, and that's why we couldn't. Because I realized that it was that there were so many red flags and things that he was trying to tell me about his emotions that I just didn't even notice. I didn't know what he was trying to communicate to me. I didn't understand his trauma. I didn't know it. And then, like, after that, I grew so much. I started to understand narcissists and started to understand certain things. And I was like, wow, this person was crying for help the whole time and I couldn't provide it, you know? And so now I look back and I never blame him. I'm not saying I blame myself because I don't really think it's my fault either.
Yeah,
but I always look back on it like, I realized why you couldn't commit to somebody like me. No. But you can now, nigga. That's the good part. You know, that's the great part about it. It's like it's liberating. It frees you from so many things. And so I love twin flame connections. As tough as it's been, you know, I guess the world really needs it to create really powerful people like you and myself.
Yeah, like you gotta. It's like it legit is that mirror, and it's like you learn stuff about yourself through this person, and then you reach another height in your own personal development that'll forever be tied to them. So how could you ever hate them? So that's what makes her unique. That's what makes her more special than the other girls I've dated that we might have had like a better vibe, but it's deeper than a vibe. It's like a
gratitude. You really have gratitude. Even though like you like, what am I thankful for? Like this wasn't a great situation, and there were certain things that made me uncomfortable, and certain things that I thought he should have handled differently.
Yeah.
But you know, all in all, I'm so grateful for it.
And it was a lot of fucking times she had me all the way fucked up. Yeah. Like she treated me like shit in a lot of fucking moments. Yeah. But it was like I needed to go through that with her. And then like as you grow and you learn more about yourself, you understand like, man, when I was with her, and it wasn't that long ago, this shit was just a few years ago. But when I was with her, I was not at the level of like self-confidence and like knowing fully what I'm doing, and I'm totally better now.
Right.
And like if I was who I am now, then we wouldn't have had the same issues.
Right.
So
but
that's the self-accountability.
She would have still been in a certain place. It literally is all about divine timing, and God knows I'm
right.
Even thinking that is a thing. But I realized because of my own growth, not because of him or anything. I don't know what he's doing. He could be a dead person. I don't know. But he's alive in my spirit. I don't know. But so anyway, the point is like I learned that over time, like your gratitude comes from what you were able to learn from the process. It's not has anything to do with like what they were able to provide to you. Like he shitted on a lot of my conspiracy theory mentalities and stuff at the time because I was just waking up to certain things, and I would mention them and he'd be like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You know, and he would say certain things that I'm like, damn, you don't even understand me and shit like that. And I was like, it was like a precursor maybe to some of the things I would encounter later with other people. So, you know, very thankful for your twin flame connection nonetheless. Heavy topic. I always told myself if I can talk about this, because I don't, like, you'll notice like, oh, I didn't even know that about you, because it's not something I talk about.
I remember seeing a twin flame post on your page a long time ago.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about this for a long time, but it's such a, like on a live or like a breakdown of some kind, like just any type of video where I just discuss the fact that I've had one and what it was like for me. I always say if I ever am able to talk about it, it must be close to time for me to either be with that person or get the fuck over them. But, you know, one of the two.
I think the getting over the person is just, it's not that you ever get over them.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, so I was trying to get to, it's so deep though. Like you got to get so in depth with this twin flame shit. That's why I'm like trying to recall every part of the story so you can know how I met her and how we connected and shit.
I will say this before my phone dies, because it's about to die, so we're gonna have to cut it off until next Monday, y'all.
Okay.
But I will say this, that your dates match up with my dates exactly. Times that we came together, times that we separated, times that we come, because you always separate. You don't, you know, there's always that, you know, coming and mega charge and then you leave. Yeah. Or somebody leave. So, but I'll say this, the dates are fucking exactly the same, and that just says a lot to me. Like, it just says a lot.
What does that say? What do you think that means?
It really makes me think that I'm not experiencing this alone, and that there are other, let's say, front runners. Mm-hmm. Yeah, front runners in this whole grand scheme of things, and that tells me that, you know, there's still hope. Basically, because I know it's couples that are going to change the planet. No, it's not just a single solitary person that's going to be like, hey, let me get on this mic, like Martin Luther King or something like that. It's not like that. It is a witness to your legacy that makes it this time. You know, maybe in the past and things, it hasn't been like that. But in this era, it takes a witness to be able to convey that to the planet. I have hope in that, you know what I mean? And you just gave me a lot more hope just from your story. And maybe mine too. I gave you some hope, because it's like, I don't know if you've ever like considered her a twin before the conversation, or if you already knew long before.
Oh yeah. Like somebody else brought that up. One of my other friends, like while I was dating her and when I would post about her, like this particular friend of mine, she posted it in a comment like, yeah, that's your twin flame. So
she was giving you a heads up. Somebody said, well, I was just stopping in to say hi for a second. Nice seeing you again.
Yeah, he posted that a while ago.
Oh, well, at least they're coming alive and then they exit and say something. Damn.
Right.
People in my life, they just be spying and then get off.
Hey, my people, they really connect with me. You know, I got real genuine people that fuck with me in my network. Like, I'm protected for real.
Good.
That's why I don't really be worried about shit. Yeah. That's dope. I think this twin flame thing, we can elaborate more on it, because I know where I left off in my story, because I wanted to lead you all the way up to like 2020.
Yes.
But the fact that we the fact that you said the dates line up, that's crazy. And I think her phone died. So that's perfect. So we'll continue this next week. That conversation is going to be dope. That twin flame energy is real. And it's dope to know that I have met somebody who has a similar experience. And I know me and her are going to help each other with that part of our life, because that's a very important part of like our evolution.